Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the topic on designing of modulo 8 asynchronous up counter by using positive edge triggered T flip-flops. Okay, so in previous videos we discussed about 2-bit asynchronous up counter and 2-bit asynchronous down counter and as well as 2-bit asynchronous up down counter. Okay, so here in this part we are discussing about modulo 8. Okay, what does it mean by modulo 8? Okay, modulo 8 means it is called its clock frequency divided into 8 parts. That's why it is also called as divide by 8 counter. It is also called as divide by 8 counter. Okay, which is consisting 8 states, which is consisting 8 stable states. Okay, so the modulo counter truth table, if we consider this truth table, so here the number of states are 8. See, these are clock pulses and these are all states, 8 states. Okay, which includes from 0 to and starts from 7. Okay, see, for each and every clock pulse its state is increasing. That's why it is called up counting or up counter. Okay, so to design this modulo 8 asynchronous up counter, we require some flip-flops. Okay, so what is the relation to implement the modulo 8 asynchronous up counter? That relation is given by n is equal to 2 to the power of n. So here n is given by 8 and this is 2 to the power of n. Okay, this n can be expressed as a 2 cube and this is 2 to the power of n. By equating on both sides, n value is equal to 3. So this is the nothing but the number of flip-flops are required for implementing or the designing of modulo 8 asynchronous up counter. Okay, so that's all about designing of modulo 8 asynchronous up counter. So to design, how many flip-flops are required? 3 flip-flops are required. Okay, so I'm going to design this modulo 8 asynchronous counter by using positive edge triggering. Okay, let us see the circuit diagram of this positive modulo 8 asynchronous up counter by using positive edge trigger T flip-flop. Okay, in generally, so we can implement a modulo 8 asynchronous counter either JK flip-flop or T flip-flop. So I am using T flip-flop. Okay, so this is a logic diagram of T flip-flop. So according to the definition of asynchronous counter, okay, so this asynchronous counter, so number of flip-flops are 3, 1, 2, 3. To the first flip-flop which is driven by the clock signal, and whereas second, third flip-flops which are driven by the outputs of previous flip-flops. Okay, so here I am implementing positive edge trigger so that instead of considering Q1 and I am considering the Q1 bar which is driven by the second flip-flop as a clock input. Okay, similarly the output of Q2 bar which is connected as a clock input for third flip-flop. Okay, so to drive this flip-flop 3 you should connect Q2 bar, or to drive this flip-flop 2 you should connect Q1 bar. Okay, so this is a logic diagram and the implementation of modulo 8 asynchronous up counter. And see here I am using positive edge trigger, and see these are the 3 flip-flops. Okay, and there are 3 outputs. So my Q3 is the MSB output and Q1 is the LSB output. And one point you should remember, to operate the input for all the T flip-flops are equal to connected to logic 1. See here the logic 1 is connected to for all T flip-flop as input. That means when logic 1 applied, the T flip-flop is operating in toggle condition. Okay, in toggle condition what happens? In toggle condition, so the T flip-flop produces output which is the complement of previous state. Okay, let us see the timing diagram of modulo 8 asynchronous counter. With the timing diagram, we can easily understood the working principle of modulo 8 counter, up counter sequence. Okay, so this is the timing diagram. See, in this timing diagram, so here the clock input is like this way. Okay, so how many clock pulses are written here? 8. Okay, see, in this case, my outputs are Q1, Q2, Q3, and to drive the second flip-flop, I need to consider Q1 bar. To drive the third flip-flop, I need to consider Q2 bar. So that's why in timing diagram, so here I am considering Q1, Q1 bar, Q2, Q2 bar, Q3. Okay. For a third flip-flop, I need to consider Q2, Q3 bar. Okay. So if any fourth flip-flop is there, then I consider Q3 bar. Otherwise, I need not to consider the output of Q3 bar. Okay. And let us see. When, so this positive edge trigger clock, so in this in this logic diagram, all flip-flops are operated by using positive edge trigger. That means when the clock transition occurs, so 0 to 1 transition, 0 to 1 transition, in that transition only the flip-flop is going to in enabled state. In that mode, output get responded by using input. Okay, so based on that phenomena, so here see in this modulo 8 counter, when see in this clock input, initially I am resetting my counter, so that's why my Q1 is 0, Q2 is also 0, Q3 is also 0. Why? Because it is in reset mode, so all outputs of Q1, Q2, Q3 are in 0 state. Okay, and when you apply the first zeroth clock pulse, when the clock is at 0 to 1 transition, 0 to 1 transition, even applying input at the C in 0 to 1 transition, what happens? In 0 to 1 transition, okay, so here the first T flip-flop is in enable position. Already we applied logic 1 to the first flip-flop as an input. Okay, so what happens? So the T flip-flop is entered into the toggle state. So toggle state, in toggle state, the output which produces output which is the complement of previous output. So here the initially the Q1 is 0. So when it is T1 is entering into the toggle state which produces the output which is the complement of previous state. The previous state is 0. So the after applying the inputs and clock is enabled, it is entered into the toggle state, that's produce 1. Okay, it remains 1 after applying this next clock pulse. Okay, when Q1 is 1, what happens to the Q1 bar? Q1 bar is 0. Q1 bar is 0. Okay, and see, to drive the second flip-flop, we are connecting the output of Q1 bar which is connected to as a clock input. Okay, so here when Q2 is already 0, Q1, what is Q1 bar? And this is the clock transition occurs 1 to 0. But to drive the second flip-flop, this flip-flop requires 0 to 1 transition. But the Q1 which produces 1 to 0 transition. So this flip-flop does not respond. Why? Because here the Q1 produces 1 to 0 transition. But to enable this flip-flop 2 which requires 0 to 1 transition. So that's why this Q2 is remains in same state. Why? Because it does not produce any output. Okay, it is in disable mode. So it is disable mode. When Q2 is 0, Q2 bar is also 1. Okay, similarly to drive the third flip-flop, Q2 bar is occurs like Q2 bar is must should be transition occurs 1 to 0 transition. But the Q2 bar is still remains in 1 only. So this third flip-flop is also disabled. So it remains 0. It remains 0 only. Okay, so this is happening in the first phase of clock pulse. After applying the second clock pulse, what happens? After applying the second clock pulse, 0 to 1 transition, again the T flip-flop is in toggle condition, so which produces the complement of the previous state, so it produces 0. When Q1 is 0, Q1 bar is also 1. Q1 bar is 1. Again, so here to drive the flip-flop, second flip-flop which requires 0 to 1 transition. So here the Q1 bar is a transition from 0 to 1. So the flip-flop 2 is enabled. So when this flip-flop is enabled by applying the logic 1, this second flip-flop is also entering into the toggle mode. So it produces the output which is the complement of previous one. So what is the output here? Output is 0 to 1. Okay, so its output changing from 0 to 1. Its output changing from 0 to 1. Okay, now see, when Q2 is 1, Q2 bar is 0. Okay, again to drive the third flip-flop, what happens? To drive the third flip-flop which requires 0 to 1 transition, but here 1 to 0 transition. So here the third flip-flop still in disable mode, so it produces 0 only. So after applying the third clock pulse, so we are applying first 0, 1, 2. Okay. After applying the second clock pulse, this Q1. So 0 to 1 transition occurs. So Q1, the first flip-flop is entered in the toggle condition which produces output and which is a complement of previous one. Previous state is 0 and this is 1. Okay. So this is 1. And if Q1 is 1, Q1 bar is 0. Q1 bar is 0. Okay, so here the Q1 bar is occurs 1 to 0 transition. So second flip flop again is entering into the disabled state. So it remains in 1 only. When Q2 1, Q2 bar is also what happens? Q2 bar is sorry here. So this is 0, 0. So again this is 0 only. Okay, so here 1 and this is 0, 0. Okay, so 0. So there is no transition occurs 0 to 0. Still the Q3 is in disable mode. It maintains 0 only. Okay, next after applying the third clock pulse, so here the Q1 is changing from 1 to 0. 1 to 0 transition. Okay, so this Q1 is now Q1 bar, what happens? Q1 bar is 1. So 0 to 1 transition. So what happens? So 0 to 1 transition. So Q2 is in toggle condition. So it changes its states. So that change states is 0. Okay, if Q2 is 0 and Q2 bar 1. Q2 bar 1. So there is a transition occurs 0 to 1. So now this third flip-flop. This third flip-flop is entering into the enabled state. So this T3 flip-flop is entered into toggle condition which produces the output which is the complement of previous. What is the previous output? 0. Okay, now when T3 is third flip-flop is enabled and which produces output which is the complement of previous one. So now we produce the output is 1. Okay, after applying the fourth clock pulse. So fourth clock pulse, this Q2 is 1 and Q1 bar is 0. Okay, so 1 to 0 transition. 1 to 0 transition, this second flip-flop is in disable mode. So it produces output 0. Okay, if output is 0, Q1 is 1, Q2 bar is 1. Okay, so there is a 1 to 1 transition. So there is no transition. So third flip-flop still in disable state which produces the same value. So it produces the value 1 only. Okay, after applying the fifth clock pulse, so this produces 0 and Q1 is 1. Q1 is 0, Q1 bar is 1. So 0 to 1 transition. So Q2 changes its states. So what is the state? It changes state 0 to 1. Okay, when Q2 1, Q2 bar is 0. So this 1 to 0 transition occurs. Still the third flip-flop is in again disable mode. So it maintains same state only. So because it is disabled, so 1 only. Again, say after sixth clock pulse, so this pulse again toggle condition which Q1 produce 1, 0 to 1 and Q1 bar is 0. So 1 to 0 transition. So second flip-flop is in disable mode. So output of Q2 is maintains 1 only. Okay, and Q2 bar is 0. Q2 bar is 0 and Q3 is also 1 only. Okay, again after applying the seventh clock pulse, see, and the output of Q1 is changes from 1 to 0 and Q1 is 0 to 1, 0 to 1 transition. So what happens here? Again 0 to 1 transition. So it produces output is 0. When it is 0, so this is 1. Okay, 0 to 1 transition and which produces output is 0. Okay, see if you observe in this all the states, Q1 output of Q1 is 1 of an initially 0, 0, 0. Let us say Q3, Q2. So I am writing here. I am writing Q3, Q2, Q1. Okay. At first 0th clock pulse, what is the output? 0, 0, 0. See 0, 0, 0. Okay. After applying the first clock pulse, output is Q1 is 1, and Q2 is 0, Q3 is 0, so 0. Okay, after applying the second clock pulse, what is output? Q1 is 0, Q1 is 0, Q2 1, and Q3 0, so 0. Okay, after applying the third clock pulse, Q1 is 1, and Q2 1, and what about Q3? Q3 is 0. Okay, after applying the third clock pulse, see what is output of Q1? Q1 is 0, and Q2 0, Q3 1. Okay, after applying the fourth clock pulse, see a fourth clock pulse, output of Q1 is 1, okay, Q2 0, and Q3 1 only. Fifth clock pulse, see output of Q1 is 0, and this one is 1, and the Q3 is 1. Okay, sixth clock pulse, this is 1, and this is 1, and this is 1. Okay, at seventh clock pulse, 0, okay, and this is 0, and this is 0. See totally how many states occurs. Okay, initially starts with 0, this is 0, and this is 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, after completion of 8 states, again it returns to 0. So total number of states are 8. Okay, so this is the working principle of modulo 8 up counter, asynchronous up counter by using positive edge triggered T flip flop. Okay, thank you.